Hello everyone, coming to you from Australia, and this is Garrett. I just wanted to share another testimony. I really like this one. This one's one of my favorite testimonies. When I was first becoming a Christian, I didn't exactly know I could hear God's voice or not. But then I had some different experiences, and this is one of them. It was a very long day with lots of interesting things that happened in the day. It started out kind of like this. I was just kind of a normal day in college, going around to my different classes and learning things. I went to chemistry class, and there was this girl that I decided to sit next to because she had crutches. And I was thinking, oh, maybe I could pray for her. So then I asked if I could pray for her, even though I was so nervous because I hadn't asked that many people in my life if I could ever pray for them. And it just didn't feel that natural, so I just kind of asked. I was super nervous, but she allowed me to pray for her, and I just did a quick prayer. I think my face was probably red because I was just kind of maybe embarrassed or something, but I still wanted for her to be better and to not be afraid and just to try. So I did, and she said thank you, and left the classroom still walking on her crutches. She said it felt a little bit better, but anyways, later it turned out that she was also a part of the Christian organization that I was in college too. So we both ended up meeting each other later that same night at our group meeting, and there actually happened to be this interesting speaker that spoke about basically, this person was kind of like a pastor at a different campus, and he was sharing a story about one of the students at his campus. In his story, there was a student that wanted to share about Jesus so much that he just felt like he really wanted to share about Jesus, so he went into some dorm, and he was just going to go from door to door, and just anyone that wanted to listen, he was going to talk to them and share about Jesus. So he went in the first floor and was going, didn't find anybody. I think he was feeling like a little discouraged, like, oh, where is everybody? Kind of thing. But then he was going to go up to the second floor. And so, to continue on with the story, he was going up the elevator to go to the second floor, just to share from floor to floor. But then he had this interesting feeling like, oh, I should go to some other floor. And it kind of like, he felt like he should go, I think it was the fifth floor or third floor, I can't remember. Let's just say the fifth floor. He had this interesting feeling, oh, I should just go to the fifth floor rather than going to all these floors. I feel like I should go to that floor. So he went to that floor, kind of like this inner voice told him that. And then he went up there, and he was looking around and didn't see anyone at all, so he was kind of confused, like, oh, I thought maybe God told me to come up here, but didn't see anybody. But then he saw someone go from one room to another room, and he decided to go talk to those guys. And as he went in the room, he saw this whole group of people, and they were all just sitting around, and they had Bibles, and they were looking at the Bibles, but as he started talking to them, he discovered that they just wanted to learn about the Bible, and they had never read it before. So it was a really interesting opportunity because God kind of led him to that floor, and then here's a whole group of people that just want to know about the Bible. So he got to start a Bible study with them and help some of them know Jesus more and more, and I think some of them got saved. And that was just a really awesome story. After the story was done, my friend, who was really much more into healing prayer and believed much more than I did, helped me, and we went to that same girl with crutches, and we asked her if we could pray more for her, and we prayed more. We prayed for actually like 30 minutes, I think. It was getting kind of late, but she was just letting us pray. We're kind of trying to walk with her slowly and pray at the same time, and it did get a little bit better, she said. She was able to walk on her foot, but maybe not with like full pressure. I think she was kind of scared to do that, so she didn't do that. She actually went to the doctors and got checked, and they said, oh, we we thought it was a fracture on the x-ray, but it looks like nothing's wrong right now. So that's what the doctor said. So apparently something changed, or the doctors were wrong, one of the two. And so that was great. Later that night kept going on. It was super long. We went to a church, and actually there was some different people that had went to the service that had never been before, our campus ministry service, and they came to this church with us. There wasn't that many of us, and there was two guys. One of the guys, his parents had just recently actually died in a car crash, and his other friend was just there to like bring comfort to him and be with him. Basically, he was looking for some meaning in life because his parents had just both died, and he didn't know what to do, kind of thing. So he was, seeking out some answers. So he ended up coming to our group meeting, and we just ended up praying for him, actually, just to comfort him, and just pray what we felt like God was telling us to pray for him. And actually, my friend thought that God told him that the guy had one of his legs was a different length. So he asked if he can check, and sure enough, one of his legs was literally one of the biggest differences I've ever seen in someone's leg differences. It was maybe an inch, probably not an inch, probably like a half an inch, or a little bit more than a half an inch difference. And as my friend prayed, I could literally see his leg grow. And that was just really crazy, and I just felt so much excitement for Jesus, because just seeing his reality in this life in a different way kind of boosted my faith to this place it hadn't been before. I left that church at about 1:30 a.m. or 2. I had maybe like a 40-minute walk back to my dorm. And I walked back to my dorm, and as I was walking back, I just had so much faith and so much excitement. Even though it was super late, I wasn't tired. And as I was getting closer to my dorm, I had this very clear, the clearest in my life, voice inside of me tell me to go to the first floor of my dorm building. And that was literally like the clearest I've ever felt a voice inside of me. Sometimes I don't know if it's God or it's not, but this voice was like very, very clear, where I knew it was God instantly. And I was just like, wow, like, okay, God told me this, I'm gonna go. So I went to the first floor. I was looking in, and I was like, maybe I can tell someone about Jesus, or maybe he was gonna show me something else. So I went to the first floor, and I was looking in the window, no one was there. And then I went around to the front, and there were some people in the lounge room, and I ended up going there, and I just sat next to one of the guys. I was like, hey, what are you doing? And he said, oh, I'm reading the Bible. So I was like, wow, this is just like the story of that I just heard that same night about the guy going up to the floor and finding those guys reading the Bible. So I kind of asked him, what he's doing, why he's reading the Bible. He was reading the Bible for a class. It didn't turn out that I got to read the Bible with him, but I just thought it was really unique and special, which is also part of the reason why I wanted to share this story, because there's just so much Jesus in the story and God, and it's so unique. So yeah, hope you liked it, and see you later. Bye bye.